when I was finishing my senior year that summer, I lived with my grandmother, and she wore a sheitel, she wore a wig. And I remember I was working for the RPIA, the Railroad Perishable Inspection Agency in the Bronx, and my job was to inspect the freight cars with the fruits and vegetables coming in. So happened that time of the year, in the summertime, these were melons that were coming in, and they were lined up. And if the trains hit each other, they would get bruised. And it was my job to check the melons in the morning before they were unloaded to see how much shifting there was. If it shifted, there was a chance that they would be bruised. They had the blossom end and the stem end. And then at the end of the day, the people who were buying the melons would leave the bruised melons in there, and I would have to check them. And this is an interesting story because the normal thing would be out of the 800 to be 20 to 40 might be bruised. And there would be no problem. However, because it was very mafia-oriented, they wanted to get more melons, and that was one of the things that I got involved in, and I soon ended up having some experiences with it. For example, if I mention the Italian families' names, that might be a little bit bad, but there was the Pepis and the Annunziatos, and I remember one day, the chauffeur who drove the guy to the market, this was the Bronx Terminal Market right near Yankee Stadium. And he said to me, he says, where do you live? And I told him. He said, oh, it's on the way home. We can drop you off. I thought nothing about it. 2 days later, he says, Phil, what size shirt do you wear? And I told him, oh, isn't that unusual? Because my boss got a dozen silk shirts and it's the wrong size. Yeah, you could have it. At that point, I began to get a little queasy about it. So I decided that I would, try to get moved to another place. So I then was transferred over to the Hoboken yards. And when I was there, I was working nights, and I had an assistant who would hold a lantern as we went on to the freight cars. So one day, I went to reach up to grab the handle to get into the freight car, which was, this first step was 3 feet above the ground. He grabbed a hold of my belt and pulled me back. And it so happened that one of the high tension wires snapped and was flipping like a whip and hitting all the different things around. When it hit the freight car lit up. So if I would have touched that thing, I would have been electrocuted. So that was the end of that. And then we decided at that point that I needed to go and do something else. And that's when I went back to get my education courses and to start teaching. And my first job was teaching vocational agriculture.